How to do. Hi everybody, just give it a few seconds for a few more to jump on and we will get started with our Wednesday workout. Right, so you're going to need, if you have a weight or weights, either a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can use them. I'll show you variations for those of you who don't have the weights. Please remember that you are only supposed to take part in this workout if you are in full health and have no injuries, okay? Making that very, very clear. So we're going to start today, we're going to do 2 long rounds, going from squat to mountain climber, into a push-up, into a sit-up or a weighted sit-up, depending on whether you have a weight or not. Starting then again with a lunge, side lateral skip, into our single arm row with a T-plank, lateral lunge, squat thrust, shoulder press, and we're going to finish then with a sit-up. So when you are ready, we will warm it up. Bring it light up onto the toes. Open some windows if you have to. And we'll start to jog it out. So nice and light in the feet. Here. I'll change the angle of the camera after the warm-up. So go to jumping jacks. Again, nice and soft on those knees. Forward and back. And get the heart rate up. Back to jacks. And jog on the spot just to finish up the cardio part. Speed it up. And time. So arms in big circles back the way. Keep going just so I change the angle of this a little bit. And change now that you're going forward with the arms. That's better. Arms out. 3 times. Diagonal now. Make sure and get those shoulders a nice stretch. Switch sides. 3 each side. Rotate the hips. Keep the heels on the floor. Change direction. Well done. Now bring it down into a squat position. Hands on the floor, push the bum in the air, stretch out the back of the leg. Back to squat, chest tall. Bring it up. Last time, stay low. And push the elbows against the knees if you can. And rotate those hips. Bring it down into plank position. Bring the ankle up to the hand and stretch. So do 3 each side. Last one. You know the drill, go down onto your side, arm right in front, top leg at the same angle, and you're going to rotate the shoulders and chest, trying to keep this knee on the floor or as close as possible while you rotate. 6 each side. Switching over. So when you've done 6 each side, onto your back, and we're going to use both feet or one ankle on the knee, and we'll do 6 with each leg, or 12 if you have both feet on the floor. Push that pelvis up towards the ceiling and squeeze the glutes at the top. And when you're done with that, carefully bring it up and we'll get started. Just going to close this door. Now, so as I said, you're going to need either a dumbbell or a kettlebell for your single arm row. I think that's all we need it for. Possibly the shoulder press as well. So you can use the same thing for both of them. So as I said, we're going through 12 exercises. We're going up and down from the mat to the floor, from the mat to the floor. Let's grab the weights. As always, I'm going to show you as many variations as I can. And when you're doing the exercises, do the one that suits you. Remember, we keep saying this, and we will keep saying this. I might show 3 or 4 different variations. You don't have to do all of them. Do the one that your body is able to do. Only by building up reps on the basic moves can you progress on to the next level, okay? Safely and strong. So we're going to start off with a squat, going down into mountain climbers. So we'll start when you're ready. Again, you can use weights here if you wish, or you can put your hands towards the ceiling. If you're using the weights, make sure they don't tip you over. You ready? 3, 2, 1. With a squat, we sit back down low, push our hands towards the ceiling, keep the chest tall and up. 1, 2. Keep going with that. If you are new to this or having issues with your knees or your hips, take out a chair, squat back as if you're going to sit, but don't put your weight onto it, push back up. So when you've done that, go to a lower chair, and then eventually you get to here, okay? Keep going. Last 10 seconds. Imagine you've got a camera on your chest that's filming me, and if you don't go forward like that, it's going to get the floor. So keep the chest tall. 3, 2, time. Bringing it onto the floor to your mountain climber. Put that there. Bum, 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 bum. Starting the mountain climber in a plank position. When you're ready, we're bringing the knees into the chest. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Knee in, keep the pelvis low. If you're doing this, you're going to hurt your back. Plank position, knee in, keep the pelvis down. It should feel uncomfortable, it should feel tight. Your core should be absolutely solid, and your back should be straight. Good, keep going. If that's too difficult, hold the plank. Last 10 seconds. Stay up, stay up, stay up. And time. From here, we're going to press up. Oh, can't reach your weight from there. Press up, and then we're going to turn around and do a sit-up. So, with the push-up, same thing. We do it from a plank position. Do it from your knees unless you know you have the core strength to do it from your toes. Hands go directly below the shoulders. Straight line, none of this. Push the pelvis and belly forward. Keep a straight line from the floor to your shoulders. You're putting the elbows back and you're pushing straight up in one movement. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Position, hands, elbows, push up. 2. So go nice and strong. Bring everything up and down at one time. If you're finding that's difficult, or if you're perhaps a beginner or you have an injury and you're not able to do the push-up properly, do a plank. Watch me here. So you're coming from this. The stronger and longer you can hold the plank, the more chance there is that you're going to be able to do your push-ups and your things like that without any difficulty. But you have to build the strength. Nobody started doing push-ups the first day they started training. And time. Turn it over onto your back. You can use your weights here if you wish. One of these days I'll remember to bring home weights from the gym. So if you're using your weights, you're going to have the weights here. So you have 1 or 2, depending on what you have. Legs in here. And you're going to push the weight always off the ground. 1, 2. Nice deep breaths. If you want to extend that, if you have no weights, go to here. Again, if you're using the weights, you're going up and down. Keep going. So whichever one you're doing, last 10 seconds. Stay up, stay up, stay up. 3, 2, and time. So bring it back up onto your feet. Lift the weight so you don't trip. And we're going to start now with our lunge. Again, you can use the weights here if you wish, but it's perfectly fine with body weight. Forward lunge or backward lunge. Tricks again. Again, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but we have to always assume that there's someone in the group who is new or who needs to ask the questions. So with lunges, we go down into the lunge. You can step forward and down, pushing yourself back up, or you can step backwards and down, pushing back up. But you never take a big long step. When you're ready, 3, 2, let's go. So you're lunging, choose which one you're going to do. Forward and back, or back and forward. Either way, you're going down into that lunge. Pushing up through. Some people use the hand here for balance, that's fine. Just don't put your weight on that leg when you're pushing yourself back up. Let the legs push you up, not the arms. Keep it going, nice and strong. Nearly there. Remember to breathe. 3, 2, time. Bring it into a side lateral lunge. I'll lift this up here in case I knock it over. So, sorry, side lateral skip. We're going to skip and stop. If you want to add a knee, feel free. Okay, when you're ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Depending on how much space you have, count the skips, same each side. 1, 2, 3, knee. Or you can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, knee. Whichever suits the space you have. And again, stop. If you don't want to lift the knee, halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Last 10 seconds. And when I say 3, that does not mean stop. It means get another rep in. 3, 2, 1, and now stop. Well done. Going to pick up our weights now. We're going to go into the row. So, do it with your left leg forward this time, and we'll alternate then in the next round. With the row, you step forward. Your weight should be on the floor beside your foot, okay? Bend forward with the elbow onto the knee. Get yourself comfortable that you've got a straight back. Lift your weight, and you're bringing it back towards your pocket, and then down towards your foot. Up towards your pocket, down towards your foot. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, straight back, chest is tall. 1, 2. If you're doing this, with your elbow going out the way, you're going to hurt your shoulders. Your shoulder is going back, and at the top of that stretch, you should feel the 2 shoulder blades meeting here, or the muscles at least contracting in the back. Back to the pocket, down to the foot. Same speed up, same speed down. Slow and controlled. 1, 2. Nice deep breaths. Last 10 seconds. Again, we're going to go to the end with as many reps as we can. 3, 2, time, and carefully set down the weight. From there, I want you to go back onto the floor for T-plank. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I'm going to do this off the mat today because I nearly broke my own shoulder trying to show you what not to do on Monday. So, those mats on wooden floors are slippy, so just be very, very careful. With the T-plank, you can do it from your forearms here, on your knees as well, where you rotate and go up to here. You can do it also from here on the toes, but you're still on the forearms, and you go up, back to center, and then we're going to rotate each side. Or you can do it off the hands, which I'll show now. 3, 2, let's go. So I'm going from here, I'm bringing it up, my hands are going to the ceiling. Be careful here. Don't put the hand back to the ceiling as if you're reaching up for a light. Bringing it back to center, get yourself nice and poised here, and then transfer the weight onto the other hand. Don't jump this. Don't try and do it as one completely fluid movement, because you will hurt yourself. Gauge. Center. Hold. Lift up. Center. Nearly there. Keep going. Keep that core nice and tight. Imagine someone's going to punch you in the tummy, and tight. Well done. Bring it back up onto your feet. We're nearly there. We're going to do lateral lunge. Going back down then to squat thrust. So lateral lunge, widen out the legs. There's 2 different ways to do this. Widen out the legs, pelvis tucked, core tight, shoulders back, and you're going to go down and up, okay? If you find that too difficult, you're just going to step, down, step, center. Switching sides each time. Keep the chest tall. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So whichever one suits you. We'll go this one now, back and down. So you're stepping slightly backwards and stretching in here and back. So let's stretch the groin, the hips, squeeze the glutes at the top. If you don't want to step it, and if you're more than comfortable to do this, you're just going down each side. 1, 2. 1, 2. Push the knee forward. And again, squeeze the glutes at the top. Whichever one you're doing, it's right for you. Keep going. Well done, we're nearly there. And time. Let's bring it back onto the floor for a squat thrust. Again, I'm going to do this without the mat. I just put my hands on the mat actually. Because slippy. So, this is the only one you'll ever hear me saying, put your bum in the air. The rest of the time I'll tell you to put it down. So we're going to start off in a plank. Hands are here. We're pushing the bum in the air, jumping in with both feet and out. In, out, let's go. Timer. 3, 2, 1, let's go. In, out. Doesn't have to be a big step. Keep going with this. Now when you're like that, if that's too difficult, do it off a raised surface. You still see me here? So again, out, in, and you get the movement of it like that. Eventually, you can go to a lower surface. 1, 2, 2, and then eventually you end up on the floor. Last 10 seconds, let's go. 1, 2. If that's difficult, mountain climb. Keep the pelvis low. 1, 2. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bring it back up, grab your weights again. We're going to do our shoulder press. So, if you've got 2 weights, put them on your shoulder here, okay? Knees are soft, always. Pelvis is always forward. Core is tight, and we're pushing it up so that the side of our arms are hitting the ears and back to here. 1, 2. If you're using one weight or one kettlebell, same thing, but hold it in front of your chest here. Push up, make sure the arm goes beside the ears and down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. In this position, don't let the arm go back like that. Keep it that it's going towards the ceiling and down. Or if you're using 2, same thing. If you find that your back now begins to arch when you do this, like that, step it like this instead. So you go shoulder, ears, shoulder, ears, halfway, keep going. Elbows go forward. You see some people doing this? No. Elbows are going forward. Up, down. Up, down. Well done. And time. If you're in this position, remember which foot is forward. You'll do it the other way around in the next round. And we are going to finish off with a bicycle crunch. Again, I'm going to keep shouting technique for this one. It's one that every single time you see people doing it, there's someone is doing it really, really wrong. and you end up flailing all over the floor. So when you're doing your bicycle crunch, you start here. Okay, you can do it with feet here if you wish. Hands are by your temples, elbows are out. You're bringing your armpit towards the knee here, and your elbow goes up towards the ceiling, up past it. So down each time, nice and slow. If you're more advanced and you've got the core strength, 1, 2, push the heel towards the wall or the ceiling in front of you, depending on your core strength. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Again, back is flat, hands by the temples, armpit to knee. 1, 2. So if you're doing this here now, I don't know where you're going, but you're not going anywhere near me. So you need to be working controlled movements. Controlled and steady. Elbow to the ceiling. Don't pull the neck. Your hands are only there for guidance. Elbow to the ceiling. Knee in. Hold that crunch. You should feel that in the tummy. We're nearly there. Keep going. 3, 2, and 10. Grab yourself a drink, guys. Well done. Bum, 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 bum. So we're going to do that again. Well done. And we'll be able to go through it a little bit faster now because I won't have to demonstrate in as much detail. But again, always remember when you're watching myself or Emma doing these, where you'll see us doing 3 or 4 different things, that does not mean that you change as you're doing it. You choose one and you build on that. When you get to the point where you know that your body is able to do that and it's not challenging anymore, you either up your weights or you up the variation. But small steps, people. You have to do it carefully, especially things like press-ups and even those floor exercises. If you're on your back doing a floor exercise and it's too much of a struggle for your core, go back to sit up. If you're on the front doing an exercise and it's too much, do a plank. And by doing both of those exercises instead, you will build your strength that eventually will allow you to move back in to try them again. So don't knock yourself down or give out to yourself if you can't do these things. Always go back to basics. And again, as we always say, message and ask if you have any questions. I love when people ask questions because we're able to, answer them. And also we can, you can gauge where people are and how then we need to teach the next class. So they help us as well. So when you are ready, we're going to do that again. Again, starting with our squat, going down to mountain climber. Push up, sit up, lunge, side lateral skip, row, T-plank, and the rest, as they say, okay? So when you're ready, and again, this is the last time we're doing this, it's only 1 round, so challenge yourself now. And again, as I said, do not stop when you hear me say 3, just keep going until the end. When you're ready, we're going to start with our squat. Get your weight if you want it, hands in position, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're going down, low, bum goes low to the floor, hips go back, down, and squat. And you're squatting down and then you're squeezing at the top. Keep that core tight, keep the chest tall. Imagine you've got a camera here. Often when people squat, they get a really good deep squat, but they're down here and they're filming the floor. So you're looking to always have the chest tall and the back straight so that when you push up, you're already standing. Last 10 seconds, keep going. Keep the hands going up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well done. 3, 2, time. Back down now onto the floor, and we're going to do our mountain climber again, starting from plank position, no bums in the air. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and you can have your position here, knee in, nice and controlled, in, out, There's no bouncing, there's no jumping. If you want to advance it, bring the knee across to the other elbow, but keep the pelvis low. Keep it all down low. You're halfway. So whichever one you're doing now, focus on the strength of your arms and breathe. Nice and controlled is just as effective. Come on, you can do it. Stay up. And time. Flipping it around, stay where you're at, and we're going down into our push-up. So again, as I said, if you find that you're just not able to do the push-up, do a plank, okay? When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, hands are on the mat, directly below your shoulders, straight line from the floor to your elbows, or to your shoulders. You're going down, elbows are going back, everything comes up and down together. Keep it all nice and controlled. Again, if you're a beginner, go to the floor, lift the hands an inch off the floor, half an inch, and then push it up in one movement. Go again, do it with me. Down low, push it up. And eventually you'll be able to do it without your tummy or your chest touching the floor. So you're going low and up. Low and up. Last few, come on, one more rep. And time, well done. Bringing it around onto your back for your weighted or non-weighted sit-up. Again, before you start, decide which one you're going to do. And when you're ready, get the head and shoulders off the floor, and we'll start in 3, 2, 1, from here. 1, 2. So if you're weighted sit up, feet are on the floor, you're pushing up. If you've got your weight. If not, you're back here. Or, again, this is always a core move. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bring it up onto your toes. And we're going to lunge. And then we're going to do our side lateral skip. So when you're ready, forward or back, again, be thinking before the clock starts which one you're doing. 3, 2, 1, and you're going down and up again. Keep the feet on floorboards or like train tracks. If you're going to cross over, say you're doing a backward lunge and you're putting your foot back, you're technically doing a curtsy lunge, which is more advanced and much easier to injure yourself with. So keep the legs as if they're on train tracks. Well done. Keep going. Back. Now be careful that you don't whack your knee off the floor. Again, if you're using the hand on the leg for balance, make sure it's only balance that you're doing it for. You're not putting your weight on that other leg. And time. Last one. Always finish out the rep. From the lunge, we're going to side lateral skip. When you're ready, bum, 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 bum. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. If you want to advance it, bring in the knee. Again, check your posture here. Camera on the chest. Keep it up. Bump, da-da, da-da. Find whatever rhythm you need to. Use the space you have. If you're in a very small space, 1, 2, 3. On the spot nearly. Okay, as long as you're working laterally, you are winning at life. 1, 2, 3, bump. 3, 2, 1, and 10. From there, we're going down into our row now with the other leg. So last time you had the left leg forward. This time, you've got your right leg forward. Again, put the weight on the floor, put your foot beside the weight. Getting in and out of these positions is just as important as the actual movement. So foot beside it, back step, flat back, lift the weight, and let's go. Weight here, back to the pocket. Most people who hurt themselves doing weighted exercises hurt themselves either lifting the weight or setting it down after the movement. We've all done it, so always be aware of that. Always be careful when lifting your weights. Keep that core tight. Again, imagine that someone is going to poke you or tickle you in the tummy. And you should be well able to manage it without changing anything else. So your position wouldn't move. Back to the hip, down to the foot. Back, down. Nice and controlled. You're nearly there. 3, 2, time. And carefully step up out. Let's go to the floor for our T plank. Once again, remembering that our central position is just as important. So when you're here on the floor, before you reach reach your arm back, you center yourself before you transfer the weight onto that other arm. Again, from the forearms or from your hands. So from the forearms, let's go. We're here. We're going up towards the ceiling, not back, up here. We should always be able to see your hand. Twist it around, watch the hand up, bring it back to center. Watch the hand go up, don't lose sight of the hand. If you're doing it here, same thing. Often you see this and the person has the hand back here. No, to the ceiling. Straight up, vertical. And everything is controlled. Pelvis is low. There is no rocking going on, just a little bit of movement to change the weight from one side to the other. Keep the hands below the shoulders. Last two. Let's finish off here. Well done. And bring it back to your knees carefully. And let's get ready for the lateral lunge. So back up onto your feet. Bum, 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 bum. So again, which one are you doing? Are you planting stationary and going left and right? Or are you stepping into it? Whichever you wish. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I hope you have music playing where you are. It's one thing I miss about the actual gym is the music and the noise. But I can't play it here or Facebook will stop my stream. So, if you have music on, sing away. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. You're halfway. So again, if you're doing that one, that's fine. Or we're stretching down lateral. Some people will find that their movement's quite limited here. That's okay. Your range of motion doesn't have to be the same. Even if that's all you're doing, you're stretching the right muscles. And eventually with time, you'll get lower. Okay? And time. Down onto the floor for your squat thrust, or off the table or chair. Just be sure it's something that's completely solid. And don't be pushing furniture around the room. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, plant position, bum up, bum down. Keep the core tight. When you find a rhythm, keep it light on the feet. Again, if that is difficult, keep going. Knee comes in. And if you find that any of this is too sore in the shoulders, go onto your forearm and hold your plank with your pelvis low. There is always an alternative. There is no reason for anybody to say, oh, I can't do that. You might not be able to do one particular part, but there's always something to do. Nearly there. Come on, keep going. 3, 2, time. Well done. And then we're on to our feet again. Nearly there. Shoulder press. And when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Again, if you've got feet like this, soft knees, pelvis tilted forward. Look at the difference when I do this and when I do this. Push the pelvis forward, tuck the bum, and you've got much more control and you're much more likely to work in a straight line. If you need to split your stance, just keep those arms up and down, whichever you can do. And again, if you're only working with one, make sure that your 2 arms are hitting off the side of your ears as you go up. It's a good gauge to know whether you're straight or not. Last one. And time. And we're going to finish off on the floor with our bicycle crunch. Nearly there. Now thinking about your technique here again. No upturn turtle. Nice and controlled. Flat back. Make sure your back stays flat on the floor and you're using the core only to move. So from where you start, here should all be stationary. Legs should be stationary until they start this. And then you bring in and you're crunching here to here. And even if you're only doing small movements here, that's much more effective than the whole upturn turtle, as I said. Control. Elbow up, armpit to the knee. Push that heel away. If you can go legs straight, go for it. You're nearly there, we're almost done. Come on, we're in this together. Last 3, 2, and time. Well done. Grab a drink and we will stretch it out. Are we all okay? If you stayed on with me, we have. Excellent. So, hope you all are having a lovely Wednesday. I can't see Letterkenny here at all. There's that much rain coming down that river, but anyway, we'll not worry about the rain. We're well used to it. So, again, if you wanted to, if you're doing this, playing this back, and you want to do a third round, shorten your timings and go for it. That was 40 seconds each time. You can now do it 30 seconds each time to get a third exercise in if you wish. But we're going to keep it at about 45 minutes today. So when you're ready and you've got your heart rate kind of down a little bit, lie back on the mat and we'll stretch it out. So, stretch the arms up and feel the floor. Bring the heart rate down, nice deep breaths. Bring the feet and knees together. Hold the knees and pull them in towards the chest. From there, rock slightly side to side and allow the floor to roll out your back. Good. Hold on to the left knee and extend the right leg. Switch it over. Bring it back into center. 2 feet on the floor, put your hands up towards the ceiling. Allow your arms to drop to the right and your legs to drop to the left, your knees to go left. If you want to deepen that stretch, lift that top leg up. Oh dear, you'll feel that. Again, keeping deep breaths throughout these stretches. To the side. Back up to center. Left ankle onto right knee. Hand goes through the legs and pulls that leg towards you. And you can get an extra stretch here and push the heel towards the ceiling as well. Gently set it down, switch sides, hand through, leg up, knee forward. Heel to the ceiling. And down. Bring it onto your side or onto your front. You're going to bring foot to the bum, knees together, pelvis forward. If you're on your tummy at this point, push the pelvis into the floor to deepen that stretch. Carefully switch sides or go onto the floor, whichever suits. Other side. Hands below the shoulders, look towards the ceiling. Stretch out the abdominals after all those crunches. Lift the bum back onto the heels. Put the toes into the floor, put the bum in the air, and push the heels back. Into pike position. And you'll really feel that at the top of your calf up into the hamstrings. Use your hands, carefully step back up out of that. Hands out in front. To the side, palms towards the ceiling. Back out in front again. Bring the arm across. Stretch out those shoulders. The arm up behind so that you're getting the triceps stretch. Carefully switch sides. Stepping back. Lower yourself down, tilt that pelvis forward again and lower into that. Switch sides. Big step back. Lower. Tilt, hold. Bring it back up, push the bum back, bring the heel up, or the toes are up towards you. Switching sides, step back small, bum back, toe up. And we'll just finish off with the hands behind the back, lower those shoulders and stretch the arms. Thank you very much, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's a sweaty one today, and hopefully that cool down now has stretched all the muscles that you've used throughout that. Looking forward to talking to you again during the week, and as I said, any questions, please drop them below, and myself or Emmett will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you so much for joining me. Talk soon.